Hey everybody, it's your boy, Eduardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of the Cinema Draft game, coming at you with your weekend call sheet review and weekend preview. A little bit later than usual. It's been action-packed for me behind the scenes, so let's just jump right into it. The feature presentation, and of course, we'll start with my call sheet. I mean, why the hell not? And I've got some I don't know. I've got some theories about what's gonna work this weekend. I really like Girls Trip in its second weekend. Early conventional wisdom, at least for me, was thinking that it might do 19-20 million. That's kind of what I'm banking on. It's still somewhat affordable, 11,100 for Jada Pinkett Smith, 11,000 for Regina Hall as your two headliners. That's why I have a 5-pack here of Girls Trip. And then also I balanced that out with a headliner stack of Dunkirk, because Dunkirk is going to do decent business. And actually, let's take so just based off of the predictions, and let me just refresh this to make sure they haven't updated some. Oh, this is actually from last week. I'm sorry. They have Box Office Pro, which we tend to go towards for forecasts for the weekend, because they tend to come out with theirs Wednesday afternoon, which definitely helps with planning your call sheet on Thursday. And so what we have here, and actually looks like they've updated this. Their weekend forecast has updated to be Dunkirk 28.5 million, Atomic Blonde at 21 million, Girls Trip at 19 million. So that's pretty cool. And so yeah, so if you take into account Girls Trip at 19 million, I mean they're all kind of bunched up. I do wonder what the bad, and I mean horrible reviews for the Emoji Movie will do for its box office. Matter of fact, the Emoji Movie 6%, 6% rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. How many reviews is that based off of? I think it's based off of 35 reviews. That's pretty bad. But of course, a movie like this invites snarkiness and criticism and just basic hateration from snarky online types, bloggers, and what have you. I mean, because it's a kids movie, so how great do you think it's going to be? So I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see how review proof a movie like this is, but it's not it's not trending well for it. So I totally fade the Emoji Movie. And as I mentioned, I saw Atomic Blonde. I enjoyed it, but it's not quite what you think it is. It's a little different. So that's why I think that will kind of depress its box office potential. In addition to it being a hard R, with Dunkirk still being out. Is Dunkirk an R? I think Dunkirk's just PG-13. But with Dunkirk being out as far as like an action-ish, war type movie, and then of course latent sexism may depress its box office. So, anyways, I balanced out the rest of my call sheet. I did a headliner stack of a ghost story, and let me tell you why I went with a ghost story, because I mean a ghost story actually expanded. This week? That's last week. Gosh, let's get up with it. Here we go. This week. So it looks like a Ghost Story expanded to 329 screens. So that's great. Its per screen average from last week is still, I believe, is still pretty up there. This is last weekend. Let's do the average. Yeah, Ghost Story at 3195, almost 3200. So I went with, internally, my logic was, all right, let's say you get 2500 per screen off of Ghost Story. At 329 screens, that's 822,000. I'll take that. For 5400, that sounds like a steal. So I headliner stacked it. So if you assume 823,000, give or take, it's 8.2 points at 1.4 times for the headliner, for the 40% headliner bonus. You're looking at just about 11.5 points for only 5,400. That's excellent. I'll take that all day and night. And then, of course, Wonder Woman is, pretty much the movie you want at limited release status. And limited release, once again, is a dumpster fire this week. So that's why at 7,700, I would have loved to have gotten a headliner. I was just $100 short from being able to afford Chris Pine. So I just went with, Robin Wright from Wonder Woman at 7,700. So that is my call sheet thus far. And as you can see, this scoring won't hold. These are off of Thursday's takes totals, they probably won't hold. Okay, so who else can we take a look at? Let's take a look at. Oh, hey, Kiana. Let's take a look at Kiana's call sheet. She's actually part of the group chat. Doesn't say anything. She might just be lurking for info, but she's back in. But she's back in the game. And all right, so interesting. So she's got a headliner from Dunkirk, Charlize Theron from Atomic Blonde, T.J. Miller from Emoji Movie. So she's definitely covered her big movie, her big movie headliners. So that's not a terrible strategy. You're going to get points from all three of those. So that's a good start. She has Tiffany Haddish from Girls Trip. And actually, I think the one flaw here is you actually had enough money to go get, because she left $5,600 on the table. So Kiana, you actually had enough money here to go up and get a Jada Pinkett Smith or Regina Hall at 11,100 and 11,000 respectively. So I would have liked to use that extra money to go get one of those headliners, because it's just extra points, free points here. She also has a headliner from Valerian, City of 1,000 Planets. I think that might be a waste of money, although it is cheap. We reduced those salaries down by like about 4,000 or 5,000, so 7,300. It's not a total waste of money, but I just don't think it's going to perform the way you want it to. Headliner stack from Wish Upon, which is curious. But okay, and it looks like once again we have this issue with it changing release types on us. That's pretty annoying, because I'm pretty sure Wish Upon is in limited release. So we'll have to. I'll fix that on the fly as we speak. But yeah, so that's so she did a headliner stack Wish Upon, probably fulfilling her limited release requirements. And let's see, yeah, not sure why that went back wide. That's an error. So let's update that and do a general refresh, and we should be good to go. And actually, yep, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so Wish Upon were her limited release numbers. That's good. And then also Landline, which expands to 30 screens. What did Landline do per screen? Because that one's got some buzz around it. Oh, 13,000 per screen. Okay, that's cool. So let's say on 30 screens, it drops down to like, say, 8,000 per screen. Yeah, it's not bad. 240,000. So, you could do worse. It's not a total loss. So yeah, so glad to see you back in the game, Kiana. I appreciate it. And also, best luck to you and your people. I think, aren't you going to Italy or something? Taking your kids. She runs a nonprofit where they expose kids to travel. So have fun, be safe on your trip. Awesome. Okay, so let's get back into it. Let's take a look at a few more call sheets from the feature presentation. Bethany Vellante. She's been running good, as we say in poker recently. Let's take a look at her call sheet. Okay, so she has a 3-pack of Girls Trip with the headliner stack, 3-pack of Dunkirk with headliner stack, and once again we're having let me just fix this real quick. Once again, looks like the Big Sick, which actually did drop. Big Sick did drop to to limited status. So it looks like she's got some Big Sick in limited. There we go. And so refresh that. So that will fulfill her limited release status. There we go. Wait for it. Wait for it. There you go. All right. And so Big Sick was limited release. All right, excellent. And also headliner stack from Landline. So this is an interesting construction. I kind of dig it. I'm just a little concerned about the Big Sick. What did the Big Sick do last week? Let's see, the Big Sick. Okay, so 1,900 per screen. It now dropped down to, where is it? Now it dropped down to 1,589 screens. So let's say it does 1,500 per screen, 1,589. It's not bad, 2.3 million. Wonder Woman, I think, is only on, how many screens is on? I think Wonder Woman's on a similar amount of screens. Actually, you know what? Let's just drag this over. Let's drag this over here. There we go. That should show how many screens we have. Wonder Woman is on 1,651 screens, so that actually might be a contest. That actually might be fairly close. Because last week, Wonder Woman did, 2,338 per screen. Okay, so I still like my shot with Wonder Woman, but it'll be interesting to see what she does. Maybe Big Sick can make up the difference by the fact that so if it does 1,500 per screen, 2.38 million on 1,500-ish screens. So I wonder if, just based off of that headliner bonus, with the headliner bonus, you might be able to bridge that gap. So it'll be interesting to see between the Big Sick and Wonder Woman. So with those Big Sick headliners, that's actually a pretty shrewd play. So we'll see how that shakes out. But Bethany Volante's been playing really well these past few weeks. Very much looking forward to seeing how that call sheet performs. Let's see who else should we take a look at. Well, why not? Ring Balls 22. Let's take a look at his call sheet. Okay, so he did headliner stack of the Emoji Movie. He has a headliner from Girls Trip. He has the Dunkirk headliner stack, a 3-pack from Ghost Story, and Kumail Nanjiani from The Big Sick. This is interesting. This is a very balanced call sheet. Color me intrigued. Let's see how it turns out. I honestly think it's a solid call sheet. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I'll look at Ring Ball's call sheets and I'm like, wow, that's number one with the bullet. This one has potential. I like it. You always get a little bit nervous when you don't see extreme stacking, but this is a very balanced call sheet in a weekend where, according to Box Office Pro, should be fairly balanced. Not fair and balanced, but fairly balanced. So I like it. I mean, Ring Ball's usually usually in the money, top 5 territory. So I like his chance to be maybe top 5. Let's see who else. Let's take a look at one more because I am hungry. Gamble 24/7. It's been a while since we take a look at one of his call sheets. Always a fan favorite and the career money leader, in the Cinema Draft game. Something like over $1,600 won. It's bananas, free money. All right, so he has, let's see, so he has a headliner stack of the Emoji Movie. He has a headliner stack of Dunkirk. He has a 3-pack of A Ghost Story. And he has Regina Hall from Girls Trip and a headliner from Maudie, Ethan Hawke from Maudie. And I like Maudie generally. Maudie on a per screen average did pretty well last weekend. What did it do? Actually, I take that back. It only did 1,600, but it was on 233 screens. This week, I believe it is on 228, so it drops a few screens. All right, so let's just do the math real quick. So if we think it does, let's say it does 1,350 per screen, dropping from 1,678 per screen on 2 times 228. Okay, 307,000, give or take. So it's about 3.1 points with the headliner bonus. 4.34 points. I don't know. So it'll be kind of hard to catch. It might be kind of hard to catch people playing a Ghost Story, but he's got some Ghost Story here. So this is interesting. I'm intrigued. Gamble 24/7 is usually straight cash homie. So I'll never count him out. Very intrigued to see what he does this week. I mean, I'm very hesitant to say he'll be outside the top 5, but it's definitely worth money, definitely cashable. And let's just take a look at Excellent, only because this guy is so consistent. He's cashed. He's been in the money in at least one contest for 15 straight weeks. That's damn near 4 months, y'all. So this guy's been able to hit that cash out button, almost every week for the last 4 months, and he has headliner stack of the Emoji Movie, headliner stack of Maudie, Lady Macbeth headliner. All right, I like it, and very cheap, 5,100. And Lady Macbeth expanded. Lady Macbeth is a bit of a wild card. Expanded to 104 screens on a per screen average. What did Lady Macbeth do? It did 3,100 per screen. So even if it drops to say 2,800 per screen, let's say times 104 screens, 291,000. So you could do worse for 5,100. So I like that. Dunkirk headliner stack. Just one Regina Hall from Girls Trip, and then Zoe Kazan from The Big Sick as a headliner, which is pretty cool. And then also Jason Pace, looks like a punt limited release for Cars. And I mean, that might have just been a salary play, but Cars is a dead film walking. Look at it, it's on. Oh, did I not change that? Hold on. Actually, let me take that back. Hold on. I thought we had an adjustment on that. Maybe I didn't adjust my notes. Cars. Oh, no. Okay, sorry. Cars 3 is at 861 screens. Once again, a bit of a tweener. What did it do last week in per screen average? About 1,400 per screen. So let's say it's going to be 1,000 per screen, 861. Yeah, so not looking at very many points out of that. He might have just been punting that position, to be honest with you. 51 only had about 5,200 left. Did it 5,100, left 100 remaining. So this, I'm not sure how much this will cost him. If it'll be tight near the top as it is, usually each week, this might be a misstep. I might have liked to have seen him going with like a platform like a Ghost Story, even a Ghost Story, a non-headliner probably will get you about 8 points. So, but otherwise, pretty solid call sheet, excellent. This one, you know what? I think this might be good for 8th place. And 8th place puts you in the money, and your streak continues. All right, well, I'm starving, everybody. Haven't eaten all day, so not that it's your problem, but I will wrap it up. Thanks, everybody, for listening, for subscribing. Rate it, rank it, spread the word. We need more players. Want to see us fill up these contests now and forever. Follow us on all of our social media. Our corporate blog is at medium.com/@cinemadraft. Subscribe to us, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcasts. And it's the weekend, everybody. It's hot as Hades out there. So, I mean, y'all know what to do. Why don't you go see a movie or something?